So let's move ahead to the next slide. Yeah, so let's move ahead to the next slide. The first question, he has given me a lot of documents to read before the presentation day before yesterday. So when we look at the answer choices, it says given to read before the presentation day before yesterday. With that day before yesterday, I know that this is the past sentence is in the past tense, right? Now when I look at has given, this is in the present tense, though consistency of tense is not there. So when the action happened day before yesterday, we cannot have has given, right? It has to be also in the past tense only. So we have to remove has given and we have to make it simple past, which is gave. He gave me a lot of documents, right? So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next one. Since the trip home was expensive, I did not went home during the holidays. Since the trip was expensive. So that means the sentence is in the past tense. And then I get did. With did, we don't use the third form. We use the first form of verb only with the did. So I did not go. So C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. As she is late for work yesterday, she decided to skip breakfast and leave for office. So for work yesterday and she decided, help me to understand that the sentence is in the past tense and the first verb is in the present tense. So here the consistency of the verb is not there. Is wrong. We have to use was. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next one. As soon as the CEO entered the office, the union leader approached him and reported the matter to him. So now here the sentence is in the past tense, right? And three actions, the series of actions have happened over here. So the first action is in the entered, second is approach and the third is report. These two are in the past. So the consistency has to be there. This cannot be in the third one is these two are in the past and this is in the present. So this also should be in the past tense, which is reported. So A, B and D get rid of. Mark C is the right answer. Next, the college is running a computer course since 2009. So the college is running since 2009 helps us to know that there is a time clause given over here, right? So there is a time clause given since 2009. So which helps me to know that this is the past tense. So is running is in the present. The consistency is not there. So instead of is running, we should have has been running. Because since and for when we use the perfect tense, right? And since it is the past, we'll use the past perfect over here. So the correct verb will be has been running a computer course. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. The river is in spate and has overflown its banks. Now here there is a word called overflown. So overflown means flying high, right? So when you fly over or fly like very high, then it is called as the overflow, right? So fly over. Then we have when you're talking about the water, river, right? So that means it's a water over here. So when the water is there, the water will overflow, right? So it should be overflowed. So when you say overflowed, it should be the river, the liquid comes out, right? Out of boundary. So the right answer is B. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. The little boy had been waiting for his turn since a long time. So since a long time talks about the time over here. Now since is used for time, we know. However, we see that since is used when the total time is given. Or the starting time, we can say starting time is given. we use the since. But here a long time is a total time. So with for, total time is given. Now here what they have given, with the since they have given total time, which is wrong. With since we write the starting time. With for we write the total time. So instead of since it should be for. So the right answer is C. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. Did he tell you why he has not come yesterday? Now the word did tells me that the sentence is in the past. So did tell is fine. Why he hasn't? Hasn't is not in the present tense. It's in the present tense. We need the past tense. Why he hadn't come yesterday. So B is the right answer. Get rid of C and D. Next one. Last night I dreamed I was a sheikh on the 169th floor of the Burj Khalifa. So the last night helps me to know that the action has happened already. It's a past, right? So dream is in the present tense. So consistency nahi hai. So it should be, this is wrong. The correct thing should be dreamt. We need the past, simple past over here. So the right answer is A. Get rid of B, C and D. Next one. The arm was so badly injured that we have to have it amputated. No, we have to have it amputated. Now was tells me that the sentence is in the past. Injured also tells me that the action has been already happened in the past. So that is fine. Now we have to have is in the present tense. The consistency is not there. He had to have is the right answer. So B is the right answer. Get rid of C and D. Next, you need not tell a lie when the judge asked you where you were when the crime was committed. Now, with the time clause, we use the present tense, right? So when is in the present time? So we cannot use the past over here. We'll say asks you. So get rid of A, C and D. Mark B as the right answer. She and her sister were working here since 1983. So since is given means we need the perfect tense. So it should not be were working. It should be the sister had been working. Always remember when you have since and for, the perfect tense will be used. So get rid of A, C and D. Mark B as the right answer. Next, nobody saw him since the fire broke in his locality. So now again another thing is when since is there, the event which is there after since should be in the past tense, whereas before since it should be the present tense. So nobody has seen him since the fire broke. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. By this time next year, Ramesh will take his degree. So by this time next year tells me that it has to be the future perfect tense. We need the future perfect over here. So it should be will have taken. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. The families are living in model town for the last 2 decades. So for the last 2 decades is a total time. So that is fine, right? So the families will have been living. So we need the future perfect continuous. So it should be will have been living. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. It is time we should have done something useful. Now it is time when it is there, right? Or it is high time. We know we use the simple past tense. With it is time or it is high time, we always use the simple past tense with that. Loss. So it is high time we should have done. So it is high time we did something useful. We should have done. There we did something useful. So B is the right answer. Get rid of C, D and A, C and D. My mother said, son, you have finished your homework. Now the sentence is in the question format. So now B and C part, if you see, it's in the interrogative. So in this what happens? We have the helping verbs, right? So and the main verb. She is the helping verb. So in between the helping verb and the main verb we have the subject. This is the question format. So here you have the subject, you have the helping verb, you have the main verb. The structure is wrong. So it should be, son, have you finished? then it would have been correct. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. My uncle has left for Bombay last Saturday. So this is the past we know. We need the simple past in this sentence. So has left is wrong. My uncle left for Bombay last Saturday is fine. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. Good heavens, how has she grown? So the sentence is in the exclamatory format, right? It's not in the interrogative pattern, right? So the exclamatory sentence will have the normal assertive sentence pattern only. So that means it will be what? First the subject, then the helping verb and the main verb will come. So here what he has done, they have given the helping verb, then the subject, then the main verb. So the question format, the interrogative format has been given. So it tells you how she has grown. So B is the right answer. A and C are the, C we can get rid of A, C and D. So the correct answer should be how she has grown, right? So next one, Mohan leaps on the opportunity that came his way. Now that came tells me that this is in the past tense. So now leaps is in the present tense. This is wrong. It should be leapt. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next, I ate nothing since morning. So since morning tells me that it has to be in the perfect tense. So I have eaten nothing. So A is the right answer. Get rid of C, A, B. A is the right answer. B, C and D are the wrong. He is having many friends here. So when we talk about the possession, we use only the present tense. Right? He has many friends here. So it should be B. Get rid of A, C and D. When I went there, he is playing a game of chess. So when is the time class? It talks about the time over here, right? And it says when I went there, he is playing. So it talks about the something which happened in the past. This is the present. Consistency is not there. So instead of is playing, it should be he was playing. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D.
Yeah, so next question. When I went there, he is playing a game of chess. Now here, there is the word when, which tells me about the time, and when tells that it is in the past, right? So if the sentence is in the past, the he is playing, is in the present tense, which is wrong. The consistency of tense is not there. It should be was playing. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. The victim tried to tell us that what has happened, but his voice was not audible. Now the sentence is in the past tense, right? What has happened? Now there are multiple events which are mentioned in the past. The timeline is different. So the first event should be in the past perfect tense. So it should not be has happened. It should be what had happened, because this is the first event and this is the second event. The first event will always be in the past perfect and the second one will be in the simple past. So get rid of A, C and D. B is the right answer. The next one is, he has no right to attend this meeting since he has not been invited for the same. Now there is a clause which says time clause, right? Since, after since, whatever the event it will be there, it will always be in the past tense. So we know that after since the event should be in the past tense and before will be in the present. So that before one is perfectly fine. Has not been invited is wrong. It should be he had not been invited. So C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. Last year, 2 Italian prisoners of war escapes from a prison camp in Kenya during the war. Now last year tells us the sentence, the event happened in the past. So escapes is in the present tense. So consistency of tense is not there. It should be escape. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. Amitabh Bachchan is having a large fan following. We are talking about possessions. Now anytime whenever we talk about possessions, we'll always talk in the present tense. No past tense, no continuous tense, only the simple present tense should be there. Amitabh Bachchan have a large fan following, right? So we cannot put the is having, it should be has. Have is plural, Amitabh Bachchan is singular, so has a large fan following. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. No one heard anything about him since he left India for good. Now after since we should have in the past. Before since it should be in the present tense. So this is has left us, he left is fine, so get rid of it. About us, so no one heard anything. It should be no one has heard anything about him. So it should be A, right answer. Get rid of D also. Next one. Before the teacher could finish the question, the students gave the correct answer. So now the two instances are mentioned in the past, right? The first instance should be in the past perfect. So this is the first instance. Students gave the correct answer. Could finish is the second event. So second event should be in the past. That is fine. So first event gave should not be there. The students had given the correct answer. So C is the right answer, which is in the which should be in the past perfect, but gave in a simple past. Rest all are correct. Get rid of A, B, and D. Next one. She did not prepare her breakfast yet. So now she did not prepare her breakfast yet. With yet, what happens is we are talking about yet. In the yet, the perfect tense is used. Always remember, with yet, the perfect tense only will be used. Always. Right? So it should be what? She had not prepared. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next. Perhaps you do not know I am owning a farmhouse besides 2 bungalows. Again, here also the ownership is coming. So when we are talking about ownership or possession, we always use the present tense, simple present tense. So it should be, we use only the simple present tense. So it should be I own a farmhouse besides 2 bungalows. So correct answer is B. We will get rid of A, C and D. Next one. It is high time we renovate our old house. Now whenever it is a high time or it is time, we always use the simple past tense only. This is something which you have to memorize it, right? We renovate is in the present tense. So this is the error, right? So it should be renovated. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. When Anand reached his village, he found that the news about him preceded him. Now there are 2 events which have happened in the past, right? So the sentence is in the past tense. Now when Anand reached the village, he found that the news about him preceded. So the first action is this, right? They are other second actions. So found and reached are the second actions. So they are in the simple past, that is fine. So it is wrong. It should be had preceded. We need a past perfect tense over here, because when 2 actions are mentioned in the past in different timelines, the action which happened first will be in the past perfect, the second action will be in the simple past. So C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. Due to inflation, the cost of living escalated in the last 1 year. Now here in last 1 year, we need a present perfect tense over here. So due to inflation, the cost of living has escalated, because it's something which has happened in the recent past. So and the action is completely over. So C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Next. Just as the train was crossing under the bridge, a part of the bridge collapses on it. So now the action happened in the past. So we talk about two actions which are happening in the one thing. So it is, we are talking about it that if any activity happened in the past, any other activity was going on, it will be in the simple past. So this happened, the train was crossing, the bridge collapses on it. So what should be the simple past? It should be, so it should be collapsed on it, right? So this was happening and this activity happened in the past. So this is something which was happening. The part of the bridge collapsed on it. So at that time, this was going on. So this is in the present continuous. This happened in the past, so it collapsed. So C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. She will already return home when he arrives. So when he arrives, the sentence should be in the future perfect tense. Here, we are talking about something will in the future. So now it is talking about the time clause. In the time we use the simple present, that is fine. She will have already arrived, returned. She will have already returned. So we need the future perfect tense over here. So it should be will have returned. So this is wrong. It should be will have returned. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next one. Each one of them has have his share of joy and sorrow. Again, we are talking about the possessions. So we are talking about the possessions. In possessions, we use only the simple present tense. We don't need has, have. So each one of them have, each one is always singular, right? So it should be has. Because subject verb agreement also has to be there. Have is plural. Of them is a prepositional phrase. Each one is the subject. So verb should also be singular, has. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Get rid of A, C and D. Next. The Haryana government has risen the age limit of candidates appearing for government jobs to 40 years. Now the action should be, this sentence is in the past, right? So it should be the government has risen ki jagah, it should be government raised. The action is already taken place. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next. Believe me, I am believing what you have said. So we don't use believing in the continuous tense. So it should be believe me, I believe whatever you said. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. I am going to buy a computer when the prices comes down. So we need a simple present tense here. So prices is plural. What comes down? Prices. So prices is the subject over here. Comes is a verb, right? But it is a singular verb. The subject prices is the plural subject. So if you have a plural subject singular verb, the subject verb agreement is not there. This is wrong. We need only come over here. So the answer is C. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. I wish I have learned swimming when I was young. So the sentence is in the past tense, right? Have is in the present tense. The consistency of the tense is not there. I wish I had learned swimming when I was young. So answer is B. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. After we hear the news of the terrorist attacks, we immediately rushed to the spot and offered whatever help we could. So there are series of events which have happened in the past, right? So this is rushed is in the past, offered is in the past, this is in the past, this is in the past, and this here is in the present tense. So the consistency of the tense is not there. This here should also be in the past tense, heard. So A is the right answer. Get rid of B, C and D. Next.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.